why are the tuners that you sell calibrated at 440 hertz? Now that sounds like, I figured they'd rattle off a quick answer and I'd be satisfied, right? And their answer to my question was, I don't know, dude. And so guess what? About 1,182 times I heard the same answer to my question. I don't know, dude. And it's that question no one can answer that you can't escape from that is the catalyst. It's like the vestibule, the front door of your destiny.
That's good.
So I kept pushing on that. And I came to a very interesting thing in my research, a man named Joseph Goebbels. And Joseph Goebbels was basically the right-hand man to Adolf Hitler. And he was also in charge of what? Mind control and propaganda. Sound familiar? There's still politicians that are using some of those same techniques today to control people. And so one of the interesting things was that during wartime, Derek, he thought that it was important that he went around to like 14 other countries and tried to sell this 440 hertz idea. Well, what was 440 hertz to Nazi Germany? It was their operating frequency on the AM radio dial where they were dishing out all their propaganda. 440 hertz AM on your AM dial. It's live Nazi information. And so basically what happened was my brain starts going, wait a minute, 440 hertz is 440 hertz. It actually equals the note A as we know it, right? And what we considered and were taught that was standard tuning, which I'm getting to. So for whatever reason, this guy thought it was important to, in a unilateral sense, change the whole world's tuning of music to 440 hertz. And here's the interesting thing. Only 2 countries went along with them, the United States of America and Canada. And so that's why our tuners are calibrated to 440 hertz equals A. There was the first part of the answer to my question of what was wrong with music. Most of the music that we've listened to, composed over the last, 100 years has basically been improperly tuned. And as you move the frequency, thus you move the tuning. So that was just how I begun.
Now, why is that a problem for the average person? It's not translating. Why is 440 a problem?
Well, that was my next part. That's part 2. So here's the interesting thing about 440 hertz. Joseph Goebbels and a man named Joseph Mengele were responsible for torturing Jews during this Holocaust. And one of the things they did was they used 440 hertz as a stimulus to do what? Incite insomnia. What does that mean? God in his beautiful genius, when he created our bodies that, by the way, according to Psalm 139, we're the top shelf. Like this is the crowning achievement of God. And that's hard to fathom, but it's true. The human is top shelf for him. Thus his love for us is so deep. But with that being said, you have this nefarious idea that if we could interrupt the bio clock, or what we call the circadian rhythm, which God designed, where our bodies actually heal on the clock tick. Each of your eliminatory organs, right, eliminates at a certain time. Like if you're waking up at 3 o'clock every night on the dot, unless it's God speaking to you, through a dream, it's probably your liver. It needs to be detoxed. I mean, we can figure out what's going on by what time we're waking up chronically. So
that's really good, actually.
So with that being said, this frequency, 440 hertz, works against the circadian rhythm of the human body. Thus, it interrupts sleep cycles and interrupts how God causes the body to function on a cellular level during times of detoxification. So in essence, what they were doing is they were seeing how long they could subject a Jewish man to this bombardment of frequency over a period of time before they not only stopped sleeping, but they eventually lost their minds. And so when you know that, and you know that, first of all, just from a theoretical standpoint, as well as as a physical standpoint, that this frequency 440 is an untested, unrested frequency that's been used even by military in some countries to do exactly that. It's basically an interruption of our bodies on a cellular level. So my next pursuit was, what would be a healing frequency to replace that A that could change the world? And that's part 3.